Hi, everyone. It's nice to meet you. Thank you for coming today. My name is Miss Montgomery. This is my first year teaching for pre KD. It's nice to meet everyone. If everyone would please have a seat, find your child's name, and you'll find a sheet there. While we're talking, just give me about two or three things that you think I need to know about your child. What's their favorite color? What's their favorite character? Their favorite food? Or if it's something that they really don't like, that they are just not going to have at all, let me know. Um, we have several centers, as you can see. We've got where I'm sitting here is our main place that we are. This is our circle time, our rug. We do our ABCs, we sing our morning songs, we get ready for everything, ready for breakfast, and this is usually a transition place. As you, we have our blocks, we play with our blocks. We have our centers that encourage our kids to work together, and they can also parallel play if that's what they do. Bring your trucks, your blocks, robots, all those things that work on those kind of skills, building, math. And then, of course, we have our home center we have dress up, um, we have dishes and babies and all that. That's kind of our life skills area. We have a sensory center, which has all kinds of different sensory toys to snuggle, to play. We have poppets, we have rain sticks, all kinds of things. So there's several things that our kids have here. And over here, this is Miss B. She's my assistant, and of course, she's over here with your kiddos, and she's going to show them around the classroom while I sit and talk to you guys and prepare you for the things that your kids are going to do. Now, of course, the first thing we're going to do every morning is we're going to come in, we're going to put our backpacks up, we're going to get our folders out, and we're going to come in and get ready for the day. Now, when we first come in, we usually from 7:30 to 8, everyone's coming in. So we've got some music, and it's usually something educational, but something fun. And everyone takes their seat, and we wait on all of our friends to get here. Now, about 7:50, 7:55, when everyone's here, we get ready, we get our lanyards, and we sit and we wait, make sure no more friends are coming for that day. And about 8:05, we turn off our music, we get lined up, and we go to breakfast. So from about 8:10 to 8:30, we're having breakfast, maybe a little bit longer. It just depends on what we're doing that day. We go through the lunch line, we have our breakfast, and we have a great morning. We come back from breakfast, and everybody comes back to their seat. They know their seats. They're usually assigned a color. That way, if they don't recognize their name, they can usually recognize the color. They come and sit in their chair, and we sit down and we have circle time. We have calendar. We go over the days of the week, the day of the month. We talk about each other's names and the letters they start with. We do our ABCs. We do our counting. Just basically all your basic learning things. You know, we're going to learn to count from 1 to 31. We're going to know all our ABCs. But we do something repetitive every morning, and we cover a lot of those bases in that window. About 9 o'clock is going to be our recess time. So everyone's going to once again line up, and we go to a couple different places. Some days we go outside on the playground. We have a ballroom that has several toys and a little ball pit area. And we also have the gym. So just depending on what day it is, if it's raining, if it's cold, it'll depend on where we go. And some days we stay inside. We have a fun center that we might decide that we like to do. And we may stay in and do sand or Play-Doh. Just depends on the kiddos that day. And then after that, after we get done with that, we usually have bathroom breaks, and we have a couple in the morning as well. And then everybody will come to the table, and we'll have, excuse me, I have an allergies act up this week, so y'all excuse my voice. And we have story time. So we have our story of the week, and we'll go over the pages and we usually have an activity. And that may be either from the story or from our letter or number that we have each week. There's a different one every week. And occasionally, to start with, we have shapes, and occasionally we'll review what we've already learned. And then we'll come back and start at the next one. Now, after everyone gets done, let's see, about 10:50 is when we're done with all of that. Oh, sorry. About 10:50 is when we start getting ready for lunch. But from that time, from 10:30 to 10:50, we're going to be doing our center times. Several different centers, like I said, depending on the day is where we'll be. And then at times we'll be in the sensory, then there's days we'll do life skills, and then a lot of times we'll have a group at 2 or 3 different sections and they'll rotate. And at that time, I'll be pulling kids to work on their IEP goals or different testing goals that we may be doing. And I'll do that while Miss B watches the kids at the different centers. And we may even have, and sometimes we have art centers, which we enjoy doing. And we'll have pull just a couple kids at a time while the other watches and works with those kids. Now at 10:50, everybody cleans up their centers. We get ready. We come and sit in our chairs again so we can transition. I think it's very important to have that activity, come back and group up to transition. We have that transition and we get ready to go to lunch. At about 11:10, we go to lunch. Everyone lines up once again with their lanyard, unless they're not eating lunch, and then they make sure they have their lunch box. We walk to the lunchroom, go through the line, have lunch. Some kids have lunch and some bring the lunch because we do try to encourage our kids to eat something different than what they've had, especially if they're stuck in a certain food group. So we sit there and they get to watch their peers eat it, and a lot of times they're curious that they'll try it. After lunch, we come back, we go to the potty again. Everybody potties, everybody gets changed, everybody's ready to roll. We get out our mats, we turn on some music, we dim the lights, and we have nap time. We have nap time until about 1 o'clock. At 1 o'clock, a lot of times we wake up everyone. Everyone once again goes back to the bathroom, make sure they're cleaned up for the day, ready to go. And when they're done, they have a snack. And then we may have an activity or a review for that afternoon. Or we may just have some sing-along, just some music, just something that transitions them ready to know that it's time to go home. And that's one thing we work on, whether they ride the bus or the car. They're familiar where they're going. So if we're not there that day and they do have to walk with friends, that they know where they're going. And then at about 1:45, it's ready, time for us to get up, get our backpacks. We have our friends that ride the bus. They go to the bus, and then I generally walk those to the office. Miss B walks our friends to the bus. We get ready. We go up and we wait on Mom and Dad until about 2 o'clock. And then there we go. It's time to go home. If you have any questions, please feel free. My email and phone number are on the paper. I'm going to pass out after class, after we get ready to go. If you have any questions, please feel free to call me or send it through Remind, and I will answer that as soon as I can. Thank you all for coming today. Please make sure you write all those things about your kid, and make sure on your way out I have them a treat and a paper for you guys. Thank you so much.